Hi, welcome to the Legacy of the Winter Sun Library. I'm Clara. Can I help you find anything today? Oh, well, perhaps you can explain what it is that you're trying to research, and I can perhaps help lead you in the right direction. Yes, I understand. There's a lot of false ideas online about magic. In part, it's because there's so many people who are unaware about real magic. And then there's, of course, fiction-based magic. Then we end up with this wide mixture of information, and it's hard to tell if the original source content is fiction, fiction covering truth, or truth warped into fiction. There's plenty of people who write real magic into stories of fiction. That is, after all, how we make truths easier to handle. It puts facts into context, gives us stories and characters to feel and associate with, ideas on how to or not to solve our own problems and work through our own feelings. But I'm sorry, I'm getting astray from the point. What kind of magic are you hoping to research? Yes, I know Dr. Hisey. Knowledge is power is a favorite phrase around here. I love that phrase. It's also a reminder to those with kind of big heads about their magic or magic abilities that they aren't so big and tough. Not really, if they don't have as much knowledge as others on how to actually handle it. Raw power can only get you so far. Sorry, I'm going on a tangent again. You're the first person to stop in today, so I've got plenty of words for chattering all stored up. You were talking about getting knowledge about your situation? What is your situation, if I may ask? Really? That sounds odd. What kind of magical explosions? And they just follow you around? That is peculiar. It's no wonder you haven't had much luck with researching it on the internet. That's probably along the lines of kitchen witchery, since you know it's happening in the kitchen, but... Well, I don't really know of any kitchen witchery that happens without the cooking part. Rather, it seems more elemental or maybe emotional based. Like you either need the elements, which is a big part of the kitchen witchery basics, or you just need the intention behind it. Oh, or possibly ley lines. Yes, the ley lines are sort of like the global energy power cords that run around the globe. You could be running into some interference, especially since it's so particularly located. It does tie into the other types of magics, but it's more like you're battery operated and then plug into a generator. Does that make sense? Roommates could be kind of like a balloon in that metaphor, I guess, but it sort of depends on the roommate. Really? Do you happen to know what kind of witch your roommate is? Do they subscribe to any particular inclination of witchcraft forms, or does their magic manifest in a particular way? No worries. It's hard to know what to ask when you're new to this whole magic stuff. You don't learn as much through osmosis as you might think. Though there is something to be said about being submerged into the magical world about picking things up. Here? Neat. Do you know when they stopped by? I might have met them. I was working that day. We had quite a few people stop in. The name sounds familiar. Oh, I know who you're talking about. They grabbed a few books from the Archaic Dominion section. Oh, how long have these small explosions been happening for? Before or after your roommate came to the library? I don't want to throw out any, diagnosis or anything. But the books here, especially from the Archaic Dominion, have a lot of this latent magic in them. And it's possible they're the balloon in this scenario. Maybe you could ask your roommate to take them out of the house for the day. See if it still occurs. If it does, then it could be based on what spell work has been done using the books. If I recall correctly, there was some planning to blend materials and research, which, while hopefully interesting and useful, can have some side effects that were not anticipated. I'm sorry. Yes, but I don't think it's intentional. I know that doesn't make it better, but I would definitely suggest you give a bit more thought as to what your roommate is doing. Try removing the books, but also ask them about their research and work. You don't have to know a lot about it. In fact, not knowing is probably a good thing because then you can ask all the questions and you never know where that discussion could lead you both. When I was working on my thesis, I would talk to my friends who had no idea about it just to see if I could explain it in easy terms to understand. And then I used their questions to deepen my research, so even if it doesn't result in answers about the situation, you'll help them. Yes, you'll have knowledge, which is power. But what I was actually going to say is that you would be helping them with their work, but also the knowledge thing. Dr. Hisi might be able to help offer an opinion as well. While I know a lot of theory and places to research, she's had more opportunities to handle the practical applications of these principles. She's been here a while, longer than I have at least, and I've been here for over a decade at this point. Oh yes, she definitely has one of those eternally youthful faces, doesn't she? I look young because I'm still pretty young. I've been here since undergrad, transferred in my senior year, if you can imagine. Anyway, the thing is that she sees a lot of people with a lot of actual problems, whereas I mainly know theories of what could happen or accounts people have written. But you know what they say, the truth is often stranger than fiction, which, while kind of a cliche feeling, is also kind of correct. I'll bet. Oh, I'm not magically inclined at all. It's a requirement, actually, for librarians to not have any kind of magic. Because we work with all of these different magical books and properties, the library needs a more neutral force, so to speak, to handle everything. I just think it's neat. My mom's a werewolf, so I kind of got into the magical world young. You could say I was born into it. Sorry, just a little bit of the regular human in the magic family humor. How did you get into this world then? That is one way to do it. Though I'm sure you aren't the only one, unfortunately. I'm sorry, we've gotten off topic again. Let me actually help you find a few book options that fit to what we've been talking about. Although I would say you should ask your roommate to take all of your books and their books out of the house to test. You'll want to make sure that your house is back to how it normally is. Oh, it's no problem. It's easy to get you an account, but let's first get the books. You can even flip through them here before you decide if you want to get a library card and check them out or not. Perfect. Come this way. I'll give you a tour while we're at it.